some point in our lives, we must have experienced negative thoughts. Probably they were not so strong enough to become habits or to be detrimental to our mind or mental health. So in this episode, I will be addressing 3 negative thoughts that can become habits and possibly become detrimental to your mind and mental health. So we want to watch out for these 3 negative thoughts so that we can avoid them. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Habiba. I am a registered mental health and substance use nurse. I specialize in global mental health, and this platform is basically to promote your mental health and well-being. Thank you all for coming. I totally appreciate your quality time to be here, and I promise to always give you informative sessions. Thank you once again. So the first on my list will be feelings of inadequacies. According to the American Psychological Association, feelings of inadequacies is the same thing with inferiority complex or feelings of insecurity. And this has been defined as an actual or imagined physical or psychological deficiencies. These individuals usually have distorted conclusions drawn from negative programming, and apparently they were never facts. The best way to assist individuals having this type of feelings is to equip them with emotion regulation skills. It's also going to be helpful for them to have an open mind, to project their thoughts out, to be able to reframe these thoughts, which I would call cognitive reframing. When they are able to reframe these thoughts, it makes them or helps them to be able to view things with objectivity, thereby helping them to self-regulate and possibly have more positive mind and views about themselves. So the next on my list is hyper-focusing on minor flaws. Individuals who experience this type of negative thoughts are constantly and excessively paying attention to things that are very minor, that has no relevance. I'll give you an example. You're in an office and you're expected to meet up all your tasks before you leave the office, and you have 3 hours to go, and you just feel, oh, I can see a little spot on my face. When you went to the washroom, you just observed a little spot on your face, and you're just all about that for the last 3 hours before you leave the office without attending to all the files on your table. This kind of individuals usually project these minor things out and extend it in a magnifying way. They do that to the point that they also get stuck in the mind. When they are stuck in the mind, they then start, there's a way they despise themselves to the point of self-criticism. And when this gets to that level, they lose their self-confidence. When they lose their self-confidence, they also have a low self-esteem. Gradually, this affects their communication pattern. And obviously, it affects their social interaction as well, which makes them apparently have a poor social well-being and a poor mental health. So individuals in this kind of situation are recommended to also practice emotion regulation skills. They need to also harness their soft skills because their communication skills is already going off. It's important that that energy they have already put into that minor flaw that they feel is more concerning can also be channeled into more productive things to do. So the last on my list is self-deprecation. Everyone has a unique positive traits, so you don't have to demean yourself. Some individuals would use disparaging words on themselves. They would belittle themselves. They would reduce their self-worth, all in the name of not being able to project their vulnerability. As simple as pouring water on the floor, they will call themselves names and would even say, oh, this is what I do every day. I'm so whatever words they want to use. But the point here is, in an attempt not to express your emotion or your intimate emotional experience, I don't see why you have to give yourself such names because you don't want to be vulnerable. It is the reasons are far beyond each other. And what that means is when you're constantly projecting these to people or to your colleagues or to your friends, they see you in that light. They wouldn't value you because you don't even value yourself. You're giving yourself all of these demeaning names. So individuals in this kind of situation have a struggle in appearing modest, or do I say excessively modest. And most times they also want to see themselves to be humble, but that's not humility. That's something else. That becomes a habit that can destroy your mind, because you're letting people know that this is how they should treat you. Because if you tell people this is who I am, that's how they're going to treat you. So the best way for them to resolve this kind of thinking is to use strong, positive, affirmative words. And they have to be compassionate to themselves as well. They are also recommended to use emotion regulation skills. So I hope all of this will be helpful to someone. And please, if you find this very helpful, don't hesitate to subscribe. Please like, share, tell a friend to tell a friend. I am of the opinion that we have control over what gets into our mind, or whatever develops and becomes a full-blown thoughts in our mind. So we should regulate those things that come in or stay in there. We should regulate those things. And even if you have a particular pattern ingrained, it can always be addressed over time using different emotion regulation techniques, using various forms of therapies, using various forms of mindfulness, meditations, and so many things that would make you improve your mental health and well-being. And if you feel you need further help, please don't hesitate to seek out to a healthcare provider around you. Thank you all for watching. I will see you all in my next video. It's bye.